Once you log in, you have like two screens up and it makes a delay. So I'm trying to get rid of the delay, and I think I solved the issue. So back to what I was saying. So Atlanta Housewives, Portia, all of a sudden, because Cynthia and what's her name? Kenya, supposed to be these best buds, but really Kenya don't know how
fake and phony, honey.
She don't know how to be nobody's friend. Nobody's friend. And I mean, and I don't know because they have went to her past or whatever, but Kenya
she got some deep-rooted psychological issues.
I think so. I think so. And Cynthia seemed like she just always so needy, wanting a friend. I don't know. Well, I guess we all want friends. I guess I don't. Anyway, so Portia comes up and says, "I got receipts to say that Kenya was talking about you and text me what you said." So all of a sudden, Ken, which is Kenya, got quiet as hell. She got so damn quiet, you can hear a pin drop. Then she said, "Well, don't be calling me no bitch." I'm going like, really? So I don't know what that text message said. I don't know.
Andy said, "Send me the screenshot." And she said,
yeah. He said, "Send me the screenshot. I ain't playing. Send me." So supposedly she sent it to Andy and to Cynthia. So whatever was said, I think it's gonna hurt Cynthia's feelings.
Well, the thing is, Cynthia being denial. I just don't believe this. The thing is, the day that she was sitting there, and how we brunch and we drink, and you've seen me on many a tipsy rant.
Yep.
Tipsy
rants.
But I keep it 100. I keep it 100 sober. I keep it 100 tipsy. I keep it 100. I would never come for you like that. The way that she came for her when they were out having wine, trying to embarrass her.
That was messy as hell.
That was horrible.
That was messy. You're going like, testing her about her product. And why would that's not your friend. Your friend is not going to challenge you like that in front of everybody else. If anything, they want you to win and they're going to educate you like everybody else. But when you're doing bull crappy like that, you are.
If I think you don't know something, it's always going to be a, "Hey, Inga, did you, if I don't think you know something, first of all, I'm waiting until we by ourselves and I'm like, "Hey, baby, did you look this up or that up?" Or you'll be like, "Hey, Inga, did you look this up or that up?"
Let me see. You don't see Kenya jumping out to get no wine bar or no clothing store or buy nothing. I mean, so why would you hate on the next person trying to do something with their lives? Why would you do that? That's
so what would you
Indian jealousy.
What would you pair with this fish? Even though that's so sweet. Are you smelly?
That was messy. That was so messy.
By the time, listen, you would have been grabbing me from trying to detangle my hand out of her hair from slamming it in that plate. That's what would have been happening.
Well, the thing about it was when Portia came back to, "I got receipts," Kenya got quiet as hell. She's like, "Okay."
And normally you can't shut her up.
Well, you know what I'm surprised at? And you tell me what you think about this. And Facebook, if you guys listen to this story, tell me what you guys think about Eva and this dark-skinned, light-skinned thing. This shit keeps coming up with her, playing dark-skinned girls against light-skinned girls. You notice that a lot with her with saying that?
Well, what it is, though, I think it's a subconscious thing she don't even think about because of how society is always been.
No, I don't. I don't agree with that.
Because I think that has always been her one up, because she comes from nothing and that's always been what she had to fall back on. And I think that was her hope card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what? Offending other Black women by calling, not, saying things that like what did Portia say? She said, "It's not that you're not Black. It's just that you are from a different way of life. You light skin, you got straight hair, and us Black girls have battled, the dark nose, the dark skin, the big nose." Huh?
She wasn't looking at it like that, though.
Oh,
But
was
she
she? You know who else did the same thing too? And how was he looking at it? Anderson, the homeboy that plays on Blackish. He told
and
this one, what's his name? Is Anthony something.
Anthony Anderson.
Anderson, yes. He said on IG, they had a little TikTok going on, and he called the guy that was in front of him, said, "You so black, you can barely even see you at night."
But
But
that's
then
what I'm saying
people went in on him about that dark skinned black thing. They went in on him with that.
color. But this is the thing, though. You know, you got to look at the times. There was a time where that was acceptable to do that. There was a time where,
Is it acceptable, or we just put up with it?
well, that's what I'm saying. It was a time where that was the culture where they would play that up. Where it'd be like, oh, you ugly, you black, you ugly, you this, do that, and
Yeah.
and that was a culture, and that was what was being done. And so it was acceptable because it was accepted. And now people are trying to correct the colorism. You know, people are standing up to colorism and correcting the colorism, and trying to do something about colorism. But colorism was widely accepted, and it was a tool, and it was used, and it was embodied, and it was something that was culturally accepted and nurtured within the culture. It was, and it's not something that we can sit up here and try to say, oh, no, it wasn't. No, yes, it was. If you was light skinned, you was considered cute, even if you weren't, over someone that was more attractive if they were darker. It absolutely was. And to sit here and say that wasn't the truth would be a lie, right. You know, yeah. Because I know that. I mean, even growing up in my generation, it's been lighter skinned girls that, may have gotten picked to do certain things, or dudes, oh yeah, but she light skinned and got long hair, and you looking like, but her forehead is big and her teeth is like jacked up, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one shoulder is higher than the other shoulder, and you built like a Coke bottle, banging, but you dark skinned. All your teeth straight, but you dark skinned, and your hair short, so you're not as desirable. So we, what we not gonna do is pretend like, within the past 3 years, people have started to try to correct that behavior. Right. Celebrate the darker woman. It started to celebrate and embrace the curves. It started to celebrate the natural tone and all the tones, and embody all the tones. But I know for a fact that I've experienced it, even myself being, and
I have experienced it. I remember back in high school, and you know who you are out there if you're watching this feed. I had a high school boyfriend that broke up with me because my hair would not grow, and he wanted to get the girl with the longer hair. He broke up with me because I was dark skinned, and because he said my hair wouldn't grow. But guess what? I seen his butt by maybe, I think it had been like maybe 15 years later. Girl, he was all on the system. I'm like, you take your, somewhere else. Too late, I'm married.
Right, like, roll back,
Exactly, roll back. I'm going like, you broke my heart. I was crying and everything. I was all sad. He was nothing though. But it was so funny back then how that hurt me so bad, him breaking up with me because my hair would not grow. And he said I was too dark. He went on to get, a light-skinned girl with, the hair that he wanted. Right. But as a dark-skinned young girl, that really taps into that, that insecurity. Yeah, it tapped into my insecurities of somebody rejecting me because of my skin color, and because they didn't think that my hair was nice enough for them to not be embarrassed of me. But you know what? Grown woman now, those are all kid things that was back in the day. But you know who he is.
I mean, yeah, it runs into those things. And just like, when you run into those debates, or even when you run into the debates with Black as Fuck, where you have the reverse colorism situation where
Yeah.
People mad at the fact that he had Rashida Jones in there, but it's like, well, she damned if she do and she damned if she don't, because she is a Black woman, and I feel her. Quincy Jones is her dad. She Black, and like I was saying, why do we all
Quincy Jones never really embraced his Black side, only for music to get the money. But they did what do you call those when the guy that's real popular with doing the background checks of your history of your family.
Mm-hmm.
He did one on Quincy Jones, and Quincy Jones showed more Irish than he showed African American. I think it was like a small piece of him that was African American. Well, Ingrid, where'd you go? There you go. A small piece of him. Huh?
Well, you also got to examine the part.
If his daughter having issues with that is because, it's like the Jackson 5. Joe Jackson never wanted Janet Jackson to ever, or any sister, bring home a dark-skinned man.
But that's the thing. You got to think about the generation that he grew up in and made him hate his Black skin and hate his dark skin and hate wanting to be Black, where they wanted to be
made money, but started with us making money though with us. Once we touch it, Blacks touch it, and then it goes viral, then other people jump onto it, then all of a sudden it's popular.
But see, his generation didn't have a choice but to make money with Black folks first, because they were segregation.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, but that self-loathing, that and that's the thing, that slave mentality, that slave conditioning spilled over. And I don't know if you watched that show, but I actually liked it because he touches on that and he taps on that. But she has always tried to embrace that and speak on that and do more stuff like that. But it was pretty dope when a couple interviews where she kind of spoke on it to tap into different spaces and different areas where she was treated certain ways or not embraced in certain ways, like when
we hear the stories even from Oprah, hearing those type of stories. But before we get on with that though, let's talk about in the news of the deaths today. One of my favorite actors is Ben Stiller's dad. I don't know his name, but he played in
Barry Stiller. Passed away.
Throw Mama from the Train. That was a good movie. That was a very good movie. He passed away. Yes. Betty White. I didn't know who
Betty White.
I know she wasn't. You just said clean up woman.
Yeah, she passed away. Icon. Yeah. She was only 66, so she passed away. Little Richard passed away, and Andre Rail passed away.
Ingrid, was it COVID for any of these people? Was it COVID or just natural causes?
They say Little Richard passed away from complications of COVID-19. They have not released yet Andre Harrell, and I do believe that Betty Wright was cancer related.
You know what? Speaking of all this, people passing away, and they're not really saying if it's COVID or not COVID or complications from COVID. What do you feel? And Facebook, what do you guys feel about the world opening back up again? There's no vaccine, but it's still out there. It's like back in the day when you threw your kids in a room with a child that had chicken pox so the other kids can catch chicken pox. But guess what happens with that? Later on as adults, they get shingles. So how do we know that COVID is not going to come back in some type of shape or form like, chicken pox come back in adults as shingles? How do we know once that virus is in your body and it mutates and it has this, they said there were antibodies in there, but even with the chicken pox, that you have antibodies, you can't get chicken pox, but you can get shingles, which is still in the herpes simplex family of chicken pox.
Yeah, the herpes.
It is. That's what it is. Look it up. That's exactly what it is. It's in the family of herpes. And
I'm just sipping my tequila.
Lord Jesus. I forgot you got Taco Tuesdays. what's that guy name? Your friend Kevin? He cracks me up.
Yes.
I love to see him do
I miss him so much.
Go
But
he rolls his tongue when he does it too. Oh, Tuesday. Kevin, we got to say that on the show one day, Taco Tuesdays, if you're listening.
We gotta have him on. We need to get him on next week.
Hilarious. And speaking of that, thank you so much. We got can you see this? CD in the mail, Girlfriendz Chat Corner. We listened to a little bit, but we're gonna listen to it. Thank you so much. This is called Frequency. I hope I'm getting this word right. It's kind of like a throwback from like the 70s music. Like I know Jay Skills probably appreciate this kind of music. And I'm gonna give him a shout out for CDs. Thank you so much for CDs. And we got your card. We'll hit you guys up and give you our opinions and maybe have you on the show. How about that? Thank you so much. But yeah, well, we like all these things you guys send us through the mail. We always look at it and stuff, So if you guys want us to look at something, we definitely will do that. Girlfriendz Chat Corner.
We always appreciate an experience.
We do, especially, I am.
Let's give us tequila.
I love, well, go Lord, you need to get a commercial for them. But you know what? I love good music, good poetry, good reading. I love all those kinds. Right now, my thing is I'm obsessed with stocks and dividends. Girl.
With what?
Stocks with dividends. I'm obsessed with it. I read something every single night about stocks and dividends. But that's not the show today, but
You don't say.
Well, how you have, with the spin business really slowing down, and all I can do is virtual, see my clients from virtual,
Oh, I send you those bikes so I can get your opinion on them.
Yeah, sure, yeah. So back to what we were saying about
back to reality.
Opening media.
Well, I agree with Salty.
Wait, hold on. But my question is for you is what I want your opinion on is. So Trump had this I guess I want to say his ramp, because he gets addressed the nation, but when he addresses it, it's like, and it's always a thing to hear about how great he thinks himself is. Not us giving him compliments or you're doing a great job, which but he wants
really to ever address anything though.
Well, he said something that what I think he wants is, and I think everybody wants this too. People got to get back to work, because of money and paying bills. These bills are coming due, and these landlords are not going to be letting people live in their places for free. I don't know how that works out with some places like the huge apartment complexes, letting the people stay there for rent free, or how are they doing it? I heard some terrible stories about landlords sending going into the IRS to figure out they got their stimulus packages back and say, hey, you need to pay us money since you got your stimulus package. How do you make a payment on your rent? How illegal is that to use their social security number, go into the IRS and put the number in to find out the payment came or not? But I've been hearing crazy stories about landlords and people with mortgages. Not so much at the banks, I don't know how they're doing that part. But what do you think about us opening back up the city? Some people are in dire need of money because it's going on 3 months? Are we at 3 months yet? Are we at 3 months?
Not quite. Not quite. But two. This is the thing. 2 weeks is too long for anyone to not have an income if they don't have the revenue put up or the support system. Let's just be clear.
I think you can last 2-3 weeks, but when it comes to 2 months, I think that.
But I'm just saying some people. But I'm just saying that the average person is not equipped to go that long without a check. Some people are living check to check.
Oh yeah.
So 2 weeks is too long for anyone that is not set up with that type of support system. So what I'm saying is this. I can understand that play. I would say this. If it is done the right way, great. If it is done and executed well, wonderful.
Right.
The thing is this: you can only control the controllables, and this is completely out of our hands.
It is. It's totally.
Not,
Even like with me, I have the spin business, and I'm not sure how that's going to work out. You going into a gym and other people are sweating, and I mean, you can't wear that mask and try to work out. Think about trying to wear that mask and run on the treadmill. That's or me. How I have to take in air on that bike, and I don't know how that's going to work. Not saying that it can't be done, and not saying that we can't put um uh regular precautions in there to work out. But the thing about it is, like, I mean, I think we really need to think about how this is going to work before we take this virus home to my 84-year-old mother-in-law or my 72-year-old mother, and then they don't survive it. Well, hell, I don't. You never know if you got.
That's the thing. It doesn't make sense for everyone right now. Everything. So that's the thing. Like, I agree with Fauci. There are certain things that make sense, and there are certain things that do not make sense. And so, right now, for like your business, it would not make sense right now because it's too soon. Because let's be clear, everyone hasn't been following the rules, and everybody has not been.
Trust me, everybody has not been following the rules. They still walking in front of you in stores. You're going like, okay. And you don't want to say nothing to them. You don't want to start no ruckus because I don't want to be arguing with you and you're spitting on me. You know what I mean? I don't want to do it.
The situation where I went to go to the restaurant to pick up the to-go order, and they clearly had everything marked. They were doing everything right. Please stay 6 feet apart. They had chairs. They had signage. They had a guard. They had the mask. Here comes this chick, no mask, walks past all of the clearly signed and labeled situations to stay away from people, and I'm in this chair, and it was this is how you know it was a god. Okay. He goes and she's standing next to the guy that's in the chair behind me, and it was distance. And she making her way up towards where I'm at, and I drop. You know how I do when I drop my head, like it's about to happen.
Oh,
like,
Lord!
Because there's Ingrid, there's Ursula, there's Phoenix, and like once you meet, the deity. And I'm it drops like, if this chick, like it's gonna happen today. She's gonna see me today. Like.
What you do?
The Lord had them call my name. It was like Rachel, but they called my order. And so I went to get my order before she made it to where my chair was. And that was the Lord, because it was going to be a situation at Pleasant Ridge Chili. Like, it was really about to be a moment that was not going to be good. Because I'm already I was a germaphobe before all of this anyway. I carry alcohol spray and stuff in my purse and wipes and all of that. I'm the bag lady. Like, but it was just like, how dumb are you? Like, look. And this was, so that was before. So if they're that glib before, I don't expect them to.
It's gonna be hard. But they said that there's gonna be some clubs that are gonna be opening back up,
Right, and this is the thing.
People gotta make money. They have to get something, going. But I think that with the clubs, it's limited the people, your people that are going in, and the distancing thing. But I don't know how it's gonna be a different life. I think it's gonna be a different life for everybody. I don't think life is going to be like how we know it. We have 18 months out to get a vaccine for this. So,
I mean, honestly, the average person, I'm not taking that damn thing in 18 months. This is the thing. I'm a science nut. The average, before you normally can get a human, on an average vaccine that you have a test, it normally take longer than that to get clearance to test on humans. Listen, you ain't poking me with shit. You done rusted stuff.
The solution to that is that they have these different types of tests coming over from China that are they are the rapid test to see if you have COVID, and that's what's going to help. Think about it. If you go to, you're not let them swab your mouth to see this rapid test that you're going to have it or not. I would want that in my business. If you have somebody coming through the door and there's a test that you can swab somebody and within seconds know if they have COVID or not, you would not want that. That's going to be the boost until we get the vaccine. So when people come into restaurants,
you know it's going to be for me.
What?
Boost has been working for me for 40 some odd years.
Don't tell me something crazy. Like what?
You will stare the hell out of my face. I don't know. Okay, you are too close. Okay, man, you said over there. You stay over there. I'm over here. No, face. Get it. Bye.
Well, I still think that the rapid test is going to be the best thing for every business there is, because, and even like when you're going through a door, if you tell a person to have fever, not saying that some people can have fevers and not have COVID. Don't have fevers and still have COVID. What I'm saying.
I'm just.
Let's move on to something else too that was really cool. I did not get to see the whole damn thing. And somebody had that.
Oh, I was there, baby, from the beginning to the end.
It's the Jill Scott and Erykah Badu battle. Oh man! So if anybody had that on YouTube, whatever, please put it in the questionnaire. I want to see that. I heard it was so good, but what I heard was that instead of battling each other, going back and forth, they were celebrating each other.
You know what? It was now first it was, I felt like it was a little tension. But you know, it wasn't
between the two, the tension. I didn't get that.
I said at first I thought it was going to be I felt like it was going to be but it wasn't. It was it was a celebration, and I think that
was awesome. I mean, that was awesome. It's kind of like how Babyface started off with Riley, Teddy Riley. He was more or less. I mean, Teddy Riley tried to make it like a battle, who's the best. But Babyface was like, giving them props and starting sentences with, you were the best in this, and then, but I'm gonna hit you with this, bam.
But this is the thing. Babyface has the attitude that I have, that I think every artist should have, that's got any kind of fucking common sense. I'm not drunk or anything. This is just how I am. I ain't had enough to get drunk yet. The real stuff's in this cup. I ain't even started that yet. This is the thing, right? I could never, you're Inga, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm correct. Can I ever in a million years be you?
I don't think you could, because I'm me.
Could you ever in a million years be me?
No, I'm not Ingrid, no.
Okay. Now, that's a beautiful thing. And so I embrace 150 million% everything that I am, and you should embrace 150 million% everything that you are. I appreciate everything that you are and everything that you bring to the table and everything that you do. And so that's the beautiful thing. There are some things that we can do the same. There are a million things that we do differently. And that is our gift to the world. And so that is what makes us special. And that is what should be celebrated. It's not a competition.
No. So were you trying to say that they were in competition because of that reason?
That there is no competition because of that reason.
No, I'm talking about with Teddy Riley and Jill Scott and Erykah Badu, or Teddy Riley and Babyface.
That's the thing. When people try to put people against each other and battle and say who's better, there is no better, because name one.
I think you're not getting what the significance of the battle.
What I'm saying is that I get it, because Teddy Riley was coming to like battle, like yeah. But what I'm saying is that's why Babyface
he changed it in the middle. He realized it.
That's what I'm saying. When he realized it, because he finally got the point.
Right. But
he finally got the point. Because it's like, I appreciate you. I'm not trying to push you down.
Exactly.
But
girl power, because girl power, we know what to do. We compliment each other. We know how
Exactly.
to do it. We know how to do it off the bat. You know what I mean? Because I
But
mean, Teddy Riley and Babyface had to show him the lead. Like, little brother, come on, man.
right.
But Erica Badu and Jill Scott, they got it right the first time. You celebrate each other. You the milestones of you do. And I'm sure. I mean, there's so many hits that Erica Badu and Jill Scott put out that I love every single one of them. And every time they would play something, I remember I'm just jamming to both of them. So there's
It's
no
just
competition, but it is a celebration of your accomplishment on how that music sounds to people. Love it. You know what I mean? I mean, many babies and Erica Badu's people getting high off her
I
music.
mean, it was some songs, Jill, that they played that they didn't even that they had never released.
I
That they
didn't see that.
I
I gotta go back
know
and
you
watch
didn't
it.
watch
I
it.
gotta go back and watch it. I have to go back and watch it. Now, to switch gears a little bit, guys, Girlfriendz Chat Corner, let's talk about Meek Mill and Jay-Z. I mean, these are some awesome brothers in the hood doing some.
And after we talk about that, I got another Meek Mill story for you, but go ahead.
Well, Meek Mill and Jay-Z, they have this new Reform Alliance for COVID-19 victims of people in the prisons and jails. So
That's beautiful.
It's beautiful. They're trying to get them the right types of equipment and masks and things like that in the jail system, so it's not so spread it. Because those brothers, I mean, they and women too, they are in close contact. So if one bug gets it, all of them gets it. It's very, very easy. And like a lot of, like they say, don't have have pre-existing conditions, high blood pressure, diabetes. So that COVID attacks those kind of things. So what they're trying to do is save some people in the jail system and prison and calling it Reform Alliances with the COVID-19. But Jack Dorsey, who is a white actor out of Hollywood, donated $10 million to help make McNeil's and JC's cause, which I thought, that was crazy. $10 million to help the cause. You know what I mean? So he believed, but he's also been involved with Rihanna. They did, her and another lady did another cause for something also too. And Jack Dorsey also donated some money for that too. But shit, is it like that? Because wait, I think Jack Dorsey paid in, what was that, X-Men? He played, I don't know exactly, but he got that old money. He was
I mean, he's gonna lie.
Like ain't no big deal. Like no big deal.
Well, he grew up poor. I gotta look at the backstory on that because
we have to, because he's spitting out money like this ain't nobody's business. So if he got 10 million, it's a giveaway like that, and he gave money to Rihanna for her cost. I cannot remember Rihanna's nonprofit. She got a few of those that Rihanna does have I mean, these are things that we don't talk about in the news about celebrities having these nonprofits. Brad Pitt helping to rebuild Katrina with the housing market. I mean, we don't talk about things like that. But I was really, really impressed with that. Go ahead and tell me the story about Meek Mill.
He really got to be Hester Angelina, so he was doing a lot of humanitarian.
I like her. I liked her in the Tomb Raider.
Huh?
I liked her in the movie Tomb Raider.
I know, she looked just like that thing, didn't she? She looked just like that little Avatar.
Oh, right there. Yeah.
Me and her got the same lips. We got the same soup coolers. But
exactly.
Speaking of Meek Mill, he went on his 4-hour rant about rainbow hair.
Rainbow.
69. Well,
Rainbow.
69 is out of jail. The little rapper Snitch
Boy.
Okay.
White boy.
And well, no, he's Mexicano.
But he has the multicolored hair, red, blue, green, and
right. He's the rapper, and that snitched on the gang.
Okay.
And so now he's coming out, and he's basically saying, well, I snitched because they kidnapped me and they turned on me and they this and that and this and that. But Meek Mill is like, well, don't come out and play the victim. Like, if you gonna tell it all. Like, you had a hand in it too. Like, you was having hits on, running hits on people and all that stuff. So you weren't all innocent either. You know what I'm saying? Like, they used you, but you used them, and you basically got all the brothers that you used for clout in jail, and now you out here free. And so he went on like this big 4-hour rant. And but he 6ix9ine came out and dropped like this video, but I guess he went live and broke records. Like he literally broke records with his live.
Is that recently?
Yeah,
Or oh, okay.
Day before yesterday, he had over 4 million views on his live and broke viewing. He shattered Babyface and Teddy Riley shattered records when
Do you think it's because of his controversy? Him always, snitching, and I mean, people love a good. They rather hear something bad than something good.
They love the controversy. They wanted to hear the story.
Do you think that he broke records because of the controversy? Just like Atlanta Housewives, we love to hear what they're arguing about.
They love tomfoolery, and a lot of people look at him as an underdog, and some people want to see the underdog win. I mean, it's a lot of reasons why some people nosy, some people want to know, some people believe it. So it's a lot of reasons. I just think that for one, I don't think that he should have given him that much energy, though. You know what I mean? Like, okay, that's what he did. He came home, he broke the records or whatever. But I feel like, for Meek Mill to be as old as he is,
How old is Meek Mill? How old is he?
Too damn old to be ranting for 4 hours being a damn daddy. He at least close to 30. He too damn old to be sitting up there ranting about some 22, 23-year-old that's just getting out of jail with rainbow hair, looking like Rainbow Bright with some Skittles, talking about if you ain't got this watch, if you don't own this watch, if you don't have this necklace, if you don't own this necklace, we can't be. Don't get mad because I snitched and I'm selling more records. We can't beef. We can't move. We can't this. We can't that. Don't get mad. So I mean, if that can bait you into all of this and all of that, that's not your fight. That's none of your business. Like, you in the industry, you rap, like, raise your kids, be grown, let him do him and clown or whatever. I mean, if you trying to get views or whatever, or get some shining on, I mean, if it's what you do to be a part of the conversation, whatevs. But I feel like it doesn't make you look bright.
Well, I don't think that we're into him. I don't think that the media and social media is into 6ix9ine looking bright. Is that his name, 6ix9ine?
Well, no. I don't think it makes. I'm talking about Meek Mill. Like,
but Meek Mill, I think that he is. I don't know why he jumped on the bag. Why is he giving him any kind of airtime? I don't know why that is. But it also puts him in the media too, though. It also puts him in a topic of conversation. So when it comes to social media, what's everybody fighting for? Everybody is fighting for attention.
Right.
I mean, that's the honest truth. Because if you're not on Facebook, the more attention you get, the more viewers you get on different things. That's just the way it is. Content and attention is what Meek Mills and 6ix9ine, whatever name is, looking for. But him breaking social media records, that's crazy.
Right.
I would like to compare that to Ahmaud Arbery.
And trying to do a 4-hour rant talking about what he was gonna do to him. Like, go get you a rainbow wig and do a TikTok.
Speaking of that, the terrible thing that went down with Ahmaud Arbery, and then when the sheriff, it was attorney in that city or whatever it was, country, whatever it was, they released that video, that gruesome video, what happened to him. And then
it was Georgia.
It was Georgia, and what happened to him, and then they try to justify them running down the street. The views for that thing was up in the millions. I mean, after he released that video, I mean, it was hard to watch. Then, of course, the media did not show the whole entire video, but when you went on to Facebook or Instagram, IG, all that, you can see the whole entire video, and my heart went out to that family. I could not imagine, you know.
I took that really hard. I was like, I'm not going to be on social media for a while. I just
It was crazy. And that I think that broke records on people viewing it. I was really shocked how they put that on Facebook. I know it needed to be seen because it didn't do what they thought it was going to supposed to do for him. Actually, it backfired. It showed somebody sitting there watching the thing, filming it. Now, that's one thing I don't understand about people. They'll pull those phones out and film, but watch people get raped and beat up and all kinds of stuff, but you sit there filming. I think there should be a law for that.
No, if you're not thing though, if it weren't for those people, a lot of these people want to be brought to justice, because you got to look at it like this. Sometimes that's all you can do, because in those moments, everybody can talk about what they should have, could have, would have done. You would be dead right along with that person.
That's true. That's true. In that case, you probably would have been shot up because
along.
But what's wrong with him calling the police though? Why did he call the police? Why is he sitting there filming and not calling the police?
Well, by the time the police were already called, apparently on their way, but by the time you would have called the police, there would have been nothing to bring them to justice. There would have been no evidence. The lie would have been told, and justice would have never been served. There would have been no evidence.
Well, the guy said, well, he's walking through a empty house. So we built our house here in 2000. And when we built this house, there was no other homes out here, but just like, just the footers and then the parts that you start building a house. And I can remember my husband and I going into different houses that we didn't own just to see how it was built. That's just like us going to a vacant house. There's nobody else around, just to look. There's so many people that do that. And I remember times pulling up to my home and there would be people here looking into my empty. It's like there's no doors. It's just like the house you've seen. You can walk straight through and look at stuff. Go ahead.
But do you hear what I'm saying though? If he hadn't, everyone's criticizing this man, but if he did not film it, there would have been nothing but their word, and there would be no justice for this man.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true. But he filmed it to protect them, but really it protected Ahmaud Arbery. You know what I mean? So, well, you're right.
Because regardless, had he called the police, they still wouldn't have been there in time to stop what happened. So when people go through it and they just stand there filming, because there's nothing that they would have done to be able to.
Okay, wait a minute, Ingrid. What I'm saying is this man was with them. He is.
No, I get that he was with them,
but he's a friend of them. So
no, I understand that.
He wasn't like walking down the street. He just pulled.
No, I understand.
Out. He came with them. So my point is this: why did he stop the fight? Why he said, no, wait, no, we're not going to go that way. He went with them and filmed. That's different. It's different from me, you walking up and we filming and we walk up. He came with them to specifically film what they were doing and not stop what was going on.
Right. But my thing is, what I'm saying is, I understand that. But that's the beautiful thing about karma. The tee is now on you.
Yeah. Yeah, and he may be going to jail for it. He may be going to jail for doing that.
About intent. But what I'm saying is, in general, when people, because a lot of times I hear it all the time when people talk about people filming, because you don't want to discourage people from that, because sometimes that's all you can do. Think about how many police brutality cases, how many murders, sometimes that's all that you can do. Sometimes that's your only defense, is to put it on camera and get it out there. Yeah, because you're powerless. You're just as powerless as the other person that's there. So all you can do is get it out to the masses so that it can't be corrupted, that it can't be erased, that it can't, because you don't know who to trust. Sometimes if it's the police too, and I call 911, well, if this whole police department is corrupt, they'll just erase.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I get so now that I won't approach an officer. Like, I know a couple of officers that I will approach, But if I needed help with somebody, I would never approach an officer and don't want to call them because you don't know, you know, what's going through their mind now. I mean, with all this abuse that's going through the system, you know, you as an African American woman and they have kids, and I don't own, you know, guns or nothing like that in my house. There's no guns in my house, but you know, you get afraid of what they'll do to you now. You just get afraid of what they're going to say, what they're going to do, and what they're going to turn this and spin this around to. Because, you know, they say there's a lot of innocent people in prison. You know, they say that. But switching gears, talking about this, the Corona-19. So you know who Sheree Ripfield is.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be on the Hell in a Housewives. I'm hoping they bring her back. I love Sheree, and that house is fabulous.
Right,
But anyway, her mother came up missing at the beginning of April, I think it was. Her mother came up missing, and she put out, you know, trying to find her mom. Well, of course, her mother reappears, and guess what her mother told everybody?
What?
That she wanted to get away from, you know, just take a break because of the COVID. That was it. Just take a break. You know, this COVID stuff is scaring the shit out of everybody. She wanted to take a break because of COVID.
All I can think about though is when her and Marlo got into that fight.
Which one? Oh, yeah, the one they were at that resort. They keep saying the words that come out their mouth. That was funny. I like when she got into with that guy. Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me? I love I like Marlo too. I love Sheree. Actually, all of them are good characters. I think that they the things we see, and you know, my favorite is Candy. But I think the things we see is because of money. I bet they're real friends in the background, but they show all these different types of sides of them just to keep us interested. Because of course, nobody likes to hear good stuff. We want to hear bad stuff.
The thing is, I just don't like, the one thing I didn't like about the reunion was Nene allowing them to get under her skin about simple shit stuff. When
no, and Nene does not take any kind of responsibility, just like Kenya, for her actions. If you say something to me, I have a right to say something back to you. And Nene, what she want to do is run out the door. She wants to say what she wants to say, and she wants to run out the door.
No, but that's what I'm pointing. She don't need to be getting all upset and letting them get on her skin about it. If you said it, you said it. Face what the fuck you said and how you made them feel, and then come back.
Take what you. If you say something to somebody, expect for the reaction to come back.
Right.
It's yin and yang. You know, if one good or bad thing is gonna come back to you.
Right.
So she got a problem with that. Nene has a problem when people say something to her. She got a problem with, you know, backlash. She don't like it. You know, everybody else can sit there and take it. Even Eva can take backlash, and of course Kenya can't. But you know, Candy takes it, Kenya takes it, Portia takes it. But Nene and Kenya are two of a kind. They cannot take criticism at all. They get mad.
Yeah, you know? I'm like, don't let them get, you know.
Like, but Kenya don't leave though. Kenya won't leave. Kenya stay there and she'll keep egging on.
She walked away when Marlo was talking to her.
Did she really?
Yeah. When Marlo was talking to her at the retreat, she walked off.
So how you think Marlo makes her money? That's like Tommy on Martin. How does Marlo make her money, you think? How does she make that money? Give me that money. Well, you know what though? I mean, that's the golden rule. But you know what? She got plenty of it. She's, you know, she does really well. So
Marlo.
Hey, maybe she does the stocks. She's doing the dividend thing. I don't know. Who knows?
Marlo is a fairy godmother, okay?
Wow, we're done with the show, Ingrid. How you feel, girl?
I'm feeling very nice.
You know, our two guests weren't able to come tonight. One's a doctor and she wasn't able to come, you know.
Fighting a good fight.
And she's fighting a good fight. So next week we have some other people up. I will list them on the website as always.
Yes.
Yeah. But as always, in this night, thank you for watching Girlfriend Chat Corner. And when you get a chance, please subscribe to Girlfriend Chat Corner. We on IG, we on YouTube, we on Facebook.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. And then, Ingrid Rachel Project has her own little thing too, with her music.
La, 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 la. We got some more stuff coming out.
Yes, exactly. Can't wait for that to come out. Yeah, music.
All right.
All right, girl.
Much.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Facebook.